I know we a little bit late to this party, but I've been asked this question a lot over the course of the weekend and different podcasts and my videos in general. So, Forte, what do you think about Xbox having the possibility of picking up WB Games? I guess I'll tell you. Let's go. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Forte, and thank you for checking out another one of my videos. It's truly appreciated. For everybody else, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you head over to Twitter, follow me over there. It's the best place to get in contact with me so we can talk about things that we don't talk about in this video. So let's get into it, man. Xbox has a possibility and is linked to a possible purchase of WB Games. Now, I'll just tell you right now, that would be massive if it actually happened. I feel like that is one of the biggest power moves that you can possibly make, especially if you're Xbox, but let's dive deep into the whole situation of what's happening. WB Games, who is owned by AT&T, they were purchased in the merger, and AT&T is trying to cut a little bit of their debt, like a lot of their debt actually, like over 100 and something, like $150 billion worth debt. They are willing to give away the WB gaming division for only $4 billion. Now, $4 billion is still a lot of dollars. You have other suitors like Take-Two, Activision out there, and we have Electronic Arts. Now, when you hear all those different names, you probably just threw up in your mouth because you don't want to see your Batman, you don't want to see your Lord of the Rings or any of your Lego games being subjected to a bunch of microtransactions, which a lot of these companies, matter of fact, all of these companies are really linked to that type of business model. So $4 billion doesn't seem like a lot for a bunch of these $1 million and billion-dollar companies, but when you're talking about having to just absorb so much of these assets, which there are quite a bit of them, you got Avalanche Studios, you got Monolith Productions, you got NetherRealm, you got Rocksteady, you got the Traveler's Tale games, you have WB Games, Boston, Montreal, New York, San Francisco, and San Diego, and you got Portkey Games, and these are all very well-established studios, some more established than others, but even the smallest of the smallest ones are very good at support. And that's one of the other things I think Microsoft definitely needs to complement their 15 main studios they have under their umbrella now. Now, of course, if you add studios like Avalanche and Monolith and NetherRealm and Rocksteady, I honestly believe Rocksteady and NetherRealm and Monolith would be huge acquisitions. Even Avalanche would be a part of that. Traveler's Tale, yes, you would get the Lego franchises, but that's only if they are willing to transfer the licenses for all of these games over. And while we're talking about licensing, there is so much back and forth information about, does Xbox get the license for Batman and Lord of the Rings and all the different Lego IPs that are out there? Is that going to be included in the purchase? Now, I don't think they're going to own the actual franchises of those IPs, but they will have the ability to say, we want our studios to make them versus another studio to make them. So if that is part of the deal, this is a no-brainer. I think Microsoft should have jumped on this a long time ago. Even if it's not part of the deal, they should still make this purchase, because it's not every day you have 3 or 4 huge studios that can really just nestle itself right underneath your umbrella and instantly make an impact. That is something that no company can really say. And if you were able to pick up these developers and even the developers that are going to be in a support role, that would just make your product even better. And on top of that, you need product for Game Pass. You know, Game Pass is a subscription service, and Microsoft themselves said they want to have one AAA release every quarter of every year with all their first party studios. Now, they do have 15. That almost gives them 3 years worth of AAA IP that's going to release each quarter for the next 3 years, and that's huge. But what about all the months in between? We need studios to fill in those gaps, because I think if you can release a Batman IP, or even if it's not a Batman IP, just put them on something that superhero related. You can go out and pretty much do anything you want. Once you have the studios, you can go get other IPs that you don't own the rights to and see if you can actually make those games too. Now, I know the biggest question a lot of people are going to have, are we going to see this show up at the July 23rd event for Xbox? Will these games be part of the announcement? Will it be one of those mic drop moments that people are talking about? Well, it would be a mic drop moment if it did happen. I just think that a deal this big doesn't just happen overnight. unless it's been something that's been discussed for like months and months now, which I don't think this actually has been, then we're probably not going to see it then. That doesn't mean that Xbox is out of the running for it or they're just not interested in it. I just think it's probably going to be enough time to finalize the deal before then. But if Microsoft is really serious about it and $4 billion is not anything to that company when it comes to what their market cap is, I mean, it's over $1.6 trillion, and you know, it's not my money, but I would buy it even without the license for any of the games. I would buy it just for the studios, for the people. Those studios know how to make games, and that's the one thing Microsoft needs the most. Somebody to make quality games that makes people heads turn. And we can definitely say that games like Shadow of War and Batman, pretty much all of them have been that type of game. So I'm really interested to see exactly what does happen. And like I said, it would be a very pleasant surprise if this did go down. The biggest question would be is, would Microsoft keep these games third party? And I do think they would do that, just because it just seems like if you want to make a huge return on investments, you would leave these games in an ecosystem where they could be purchased anywhere. They did the same thing with Minecraft, which they paid almost $2 billion for, and it worked out for them in the end. So let's just hope that Microsoft makes this deal, because I think it would be a huge investment for them, their platform, and the gamers that enjoy their system. But the biggest thing is going to be, what do you guys think? Do you think that Microsoft should make this deal? I already know you probably want the IPs, but do you think they should keep it exclusive to the Xbox platform or keep it wherever it can be picked up by any gamer? Let's talk about that down in the comment section. Or if Microsoft doesn't have the purchase rights of the IPs, do you still want these studios in general? Let's talk about that in the comment section. But guys, it's been huge this week for views on the channel. You guys have been killing it. We're almost close to 1,500 subs, man. I'm gonna have to think about doing something for you guys when we get close to 2,000. It doesn't seem like a pipe dream anymore, because you guys have been supporting like crazy. So I really appreciate you guys. You guys have a great week, and make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. That stuff truly helps out the channel a lot. And you guys have a great week, and I'm gonna see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.